Hi guys, Mary here. Today is October 30th, 2021, and I thought I'd come do a video about the energies in November. So we've been going through a lot of letting go of what no longer serves us, especially in the month of October. It really culminated into the month of October. So we let go of things like old habits, old belief systems, things of that nature. But as we go into November, December, it's more about the energy of really embracing who you are and embracing what does serve you well. So that would be what you're passionate about, what brings you joy, what you love to do. And because I think it's November 4th that the new moon is in Scorpio. So Scorpio is water energy. It's all about emotion. So don't squash any emotions that come up for you. Emotions are our inner guidance, and they kind of show us the way. So you need to pay attention to your emotions. Remember that you don't have to be happy all the time. That's not why we're here. Being enlightened doesn't mean being happy all the time. It's just knowing yourself enough to know who you truly are, and that you're a human being who makes mistakes and has emotions, and that kind of guides you to where you need to be. It's also a month of creativity. I've been very creative lately. I've been painting like crazy. A lot of it is, for me, definitely working through something. So when we create, we get in the zone, we get into alignment with our higher self. And well, I can only speak for myself, but in the painting that I've been doing, I've been kind of, I feel like I'm being upgraded, or I'm letting go of a lot of old stuff, purging. I went through what I call my gray period. So I ordered all this gray furniture for my apartment, and I did all these gray paintings. And luckily there's throw pillows and I can change my paintings, but I needed to go through that process, I guess, to transmute certain energies, right? So that I can move on to a more colorful time in my life. But it's really a time to be creative. So whatever that is for you, if you're a baker or a chef or a writer, maybe you create, I'm being shown like pottery or ceramics. Whatever it is for you, knitting, you know, there's so many things you can do to be creative, but it's what brings your soul joy in the process, not worrying about the outcome of it, right? Not getting attached to what it looks like. I know a lot of people who start paintings or projects, and if it doesn't look perfect in the first hour, they just give up. Don't do that. Just, you know, it's just like life. Enjoy the journey. Don't worry about the destination, right? So I feel like that's kind of the month of November and into December. I know a lot of guidance out there. Spiritual channels are talking about some huge change coming up in November, December. For me, yes, there's going to be changes and structures are collapsing, and that's going to be happening as we create this new earth. But it's not something that's going to happen quickly. It's a slow process. You know, I've only been going through this awakening process since about 2014. I don't know how people have been doing it. I know there's people who have been doing this since the 60s and 70s into the 80s. And, you know, can you imagine how much trust that they had to have to go through this whole awakening process when most of the world was asleep? So hang in there. Things aren't going to change overnight, but it's up to us to hold the light in order to create this new earth. You know, it's going to be like a 10-year process, but we're doing it, and many, many more are waking up. So yeah, find your joy, find whatever it is that makes you feel passion, and try to be creative this month, okay? Focus on, yeah, okay, so I'm just being told. Focus on So we did all this work around our shadow side, but Spirit is telling me to focus on the bright side. So you did all that shadow work. Now it's time to focus on what brings you joy. So remember, energy follows focus. What we focus on, we bring about. So focus on the good. Okay. Okay, Heavenly Angels, please show us guidance for the month of November. Oh, and we're coming into eclipse season. I'm supposed to mention that. I think that's the beginning of December. So the eclipse season is going to be important. I guess I'll talk about that later. So I'm just drawing 3 cards here. This is very interesting because, so I drew cards from my Sea Soul Illumination Oracle deck that you can get on Etsy. Just go to Lighthousehealer store. So each card I pulled is a woman. So they're all female energy. Okay, so we have Mother Mary, Archangel Ariel, and inspiration. So Mother Mary, I think she's around to show us to nurture ourselves, take care of ourselves. That can be something as small as taking a hot bath and some Epsom salts, doing a facial, a manicure, going out with friends, whatever games you like to play, playing golf. I know I kind of tend to talk to the female audience because that's most of my audience, but I don't mean to leave the men out of the picture. But this age of Aquarius is the feminine energy coming in, and we're really balancing out those energies. So we all have male and female energy. Okay, so nurture yourself, take care of yourself, and that means eating right. Try to eat as cleanly as you can, drink plenty of water. I always talk about lemon water. I add a little sea salt to that. I've been juicing, not every day. I've missed a couple of days. When I went to see my daughter, I didn't juice, but I've been juicing celery in the morning. That's really a good way to detox and trying to eat clean. But it is Halloween, right? I bought Halloween candy and I picked up some dark chocolate covered almonds for myself. So it's okay, you know, in moderation, right? And then we have Archangel Ariel. So Archangel Ariel is one of my, I'm sorry about the glare. It's a little too early for the sun to be out, so I have this light on. I'm sorry about that. Archangel Ariel is an angel that's been around me since I can remember. And she's an archangel that is all about nature and animals. So try to get into nature, surround yourself with your pets, your dogs, your cats, whatever. They can really help us to relax. I know my dog Ramsey can sense when I'm stressed, and that kind of, when he senses that I'm stressed, he'll come up and just nuzzle me, or, you know, he gets me out of it. So pets are a great way to relieve stress. And then we have inspiration. So as you take care of yourself, as you nurture yourself, as you get grounded in nature, that's when the inspiration comes in, those light bulb moments. And, you know, we like to think it's us. We like to think, wow, I'm pretty smart, right? But it's really spirit. It's your guides. It's your higher self, whoever it is that is coming in and giving you these light bulb ideas. And spirit is saying, act on them. They're real. Take an action step towards that idea or inspiration. That gives the universe a message that you're serious about it and that you want that, right? And as you give a little and take a little more action towards that, then the universe comes in and helps you to manifest it. Okay, so what other cards should we do here? I'll do Archangel Metatron deck by Amanda Ellis. Right, and so I should mention about the feminine energy. There's a reason these are all feminine beings. So we're being asked to balance our male and female energies, or bring in our feminine energy. I actually have a very masculine energy. I have to work on my feminine energy. I have kind of a masculine, you know, I'm an Aries. I'm ruled by Mars. I'm very controlling. I like to take charge. And I have to sometimes, you know, step back and bring in my feminine side as well. So it's all about balance. Okay. The angels, please show us guidance for November. Thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. And if you have been with me, welcome back. And I'm so grateful for you. Okay, so I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but they had me choose 3 cards again. Okay, so we have Go with the Flow. So Spirit is asking us to, I don't know if you guys listen to, gosh, what's her name? Oh, I just lost. It's funny how I lose my train of thought. It's that woman who channels the group, Abraham, that's it. Hicks, what's her name? Something Hicks. Anyway, she channels Abraham and she always talks about going downstream. Now, I used to listen to Abraham Hicks and read their books and stuff. And this was back in the early 2000s. She talked about, you know, getting in the flow, going with the flow, going downstream, not going upstream, but going downstream. If you have to work super hard at something, if there's a lot of roadblocks being thrown in your way, then you're not on the right path. It shouldn't be that difficult. Spirit is saying, go with the flow. Try not to get caught up in too much drama. I know there's going to be some changes. I haven't watched the news in so long. I honestly don't know what's going on. And I can tell you my blood pressure is much better. I feel much better. I mean, I know I should know a little bit more about what's going on, but is it necessary? I don't know. And then we have boundaries. So boundaries, this is something I've been working on. It's important to have boundaries. And I know a lot of you that watch my channel are givers, you know, you're always giving and you're empaths and you feel people's energies. But be mindful of putting boundaries up, because if you're always helping others, you're draining your own energy, and you need that energy, you know, to be there for others. So you have to be mindful of boundaries, put up certain boundaries. Because you can be taken advantage of. So you want to make sure you put up boundaries. And then we have family, circle of life. So some of you are getting together with family members, maybe for Halloween. I certainly am. And of course, November is also, at least in America, the month of Thanksgiving. So, you know, I talk about gratitude pretty much every video, but this is a good time to be grateful for what it is that you do have. I was working with a client who has been trying desperately to lose weight for, I mean, a number of years. And I kept trying to tell her that she needed to be grateful for her body, that her legs were allowing her to move and walk, and her body was, you know, taking care of her homeostasis and cleansing and detoxing her body and, you know, all the good stuff that her body does for her. And it just wasn't clicking for some reason. And I know that she was probably talking to herself for many years, just calling, you know, how we do, calling herself fat. Every time she looked in the mirror, she didn't like what she saw. I think she beat the hell out of herself with self-talk. And you know, we all do that until we realize we're doing it. I think when I read, what's the book I read? I can't remember the name of the book I read. I will put it in the description box. It's right on my dresser. Untethered Soul. That's right. When I read the book Untethered Soul, I kind of was able to realize that I was constantly talking to myself and beating myself up, right? And once you realize that, you start to hear yourself, and you can stop it and you can turn it around. And it's great. It's really good for self-worth and self-love. And it helps you to manifest better. So for some reason, last week, it clicked with her. She started being grateful for her body. I think she might have gotten sick or something, so she couldn't get up and around for a while. Yeah, I think that was it. And then suddenly she started having gratitude for her body. And lo and behold, she's losing weight. So that's manifestation. We can't manifest when we're in resistance. What we resist persists. So once she was able to love her body and love herself and be grateful for it, that's when the magic happened, right? So be grateful, gratitude, Thanksgiving, all that. I'll stop now. Let's draw a couple more cards, and then I have to get going. I have to work today. I am working at a consignment shop. It's basically my social life now. I took the job to meet people, so wow, 3 cards just dropped out. I'm taking them. We have To the Sea. So this is very reminiscent of the last card we had, Go with the Flow. Number 7, it means that you're on the right path. Could be that you're on a spiritual path. It's a number of Christ unity, Christ consciousness. And then we have number 52, also adds up to 7. This is mending. So this card is about, who do you need to forgive? Who do you need to mend fences with? Is that yourself? Forgiveness is very important as we work through this ascension. We can't take with us to the new earth a bunch of baggage, so we need to forgive. So work on forgiveness. Maybe it's a family member, because we did get the family card. But remember to do it with boundaries. Okay, you can forgive someone, but that doesn't mean that you have to have a relationship with that person. It doesn't mean that you owe that person anything. It doesn't mean that you forget anything. It just means that you forgive. And that's all about letting go of it for your own peace of mind, right? Okay. And then that brings us to Milk and Honey. This is like a card in this particular deck of abundance. So lots of abundance coming in. I know a lot of you are struggling financially, but remember that abundance doesn't always come in money. It can come in love, relationships, people in your life, support, all of that kind of stuff. And that's number 51, adds up to 6, and that number is all about harmony, peace, serenity, that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to get ready for work. Tomorrow's Halloween. I am dressing up as a pirate because I'm going to work, and then I'm going to take my grandson trick-or-treating. I'll try to take some photos and share them with you if they're not too bad. And I hope that you have a great, happy Halloween. Please make it safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't even drink. No, you can drink, just don't drive. Okay, sending you so much love. Namaste. Take care, everybody.